Have you ever been in a relationship where you felt close to someone, but at the same time felt emotionally alone? He spends time with you, he talks to you, he may even say he cares about you. Somehow, the relationship never seems to grow deeper. You feel confused, uncertain, and emotionally drained. If that sounds familiar, you may be dealing with emotional unavailability. And today, I want to talk about 7 signs you may be dating an emotionally unavailable man, so you can recognize these patterns before investing too deeply into the program. Sign one: he avoids emotional conversations. Emotionally unavailable men often avoid conversations that require emotional depth. You may notice that when you try to talk about your feelings, the future, or the direction of the relationship, he quickly changes the topic. Instead of engaging, he may joke or brush it off or say you are thinking too much. Healthy relationship require emotional openness. If someone consistently avoids emotional conversation, it can be a sign that they are not ready for emotional intimacy. Sign two: he's inconsistent with communication. Consistency is one of the clearest indicators of emotional availability. An emotional unavailable man may communicate intensely for a few days and then suddenly disappear. One moment is attentive, the next moment he becomes distant. This emotional inconsistency can create confusion because you never fully know where you stand with him. Healthy love does not keep you constantly guessing. Healthy love shows you direction. Whether there is a road or there is no road, you will know. Sign three: he keeps the relationship undefined. Another common sign is the inability or unwillingness to define the relationship. You may have been asking or seeing each other for months, for years even, yet whenever the conversation moves towards commitment or clarity, he avoids giving a clear answer. Instead, you hear phrases like, let's go with the flow. Why do we need labels? Let's not complicate things. But clarity is important in healthy relationship. A person who is emotionally available is not afraid to communicate where the relationship is going. This is the real truth. Sign four: he struggles with vulnerability. Vulnerability is part of emotional connection, but emotionally unavailable men often keep their inner world guarded. They may talk about surface level things like work, sports, or daily events, but really opens up about their fears, about their struggles, or about their deeper emotions. When someone cannot share their inner emotional world, it becomes difficult to build genuine intimacy. Sign four: he sends mixed signals. Emotionally unavailable men often create emotional confusion. One day he may behave as though he deeply cares about you. The next day he becomes distant or emotionally detached. This pattern can make you feel hopeful one moment and discouraged the next. But mixed signals often reflect internal emotional conflict. Sign six: he prioritizes independence over connection. Healthy individuals value independence, but emotionally unavailable people often take independence to an extreme. They may resist emotional closeness because it makes them feel uncomfortable. You may notice that he keeps a significant part of his life separate from you. He may rarely introduce you to friends or families, or avoid integrating you into his world. Sign number seven: the relationship feels emotionally one sided. Perhaps the most telling sign is when you feel like you are carrying the emotional weight of the relationship. You are the one initiating deeper conversations. You are the one expressing feelings. You are the one trying to grow the connection. And it's only one sided, only coming from you. Healthy relationship involve emotional reciprocity. Both people invest in the relationship emotionally. Let's look at real life examples. A woman I once spoke with had been dating someone for almost a year. Whenever she asks about the future of the relationship, he will respond by saying, why are you trying to pressure me? Over time, she realizes that he was comfortable with companionship, but not willing to commit emotionally. Another example is with another woman who shared that the man she was seeing would call and message her constantly for a few weeks, then suddenly disappear for several days without explanation. When he returned, he will behave as if nothing has happened. That cycle of attention and withdrawal kept her emotionally attached but constantly uncertain. A third example is in another situation. A woman was dating someone who seemed kind and attentive. However, whenever she tried to discuss personal experiences or deeper emotional topics, he would quickly redirect the conversation to something lighter. After some time, she realized that he was simply uncomfortable with emotional vulnerability. You cannot go deeper with relationship without emotional vulnerability. So, what are the key insights we have learned? One important truth to understand is this: emotional, unavailable people are not always bad people, but they may not simply be ready for the level of emotional intimacy that a healthy relationship requires. And when someone is not emotionally available, it becomes very difficult to build a strong and stable relationship with them. So, in closing, if you have repeatedly found yourself in relationship with emotionally unavailable partners, it may be helpful to pause and reflect on the deeper patterns behind those experiences. Sometimes what feels familiar emotionally may influence the kind of relationship we gravitate towards. And that is why emotional awareness and healing are important before choosing a life partner. So if you have repeatedly encountered emotionally unavailable partner, emotional healing is an important step before choosing a life partner. That is exactly why I created the Chosen for Love and Marriage program. Inside this program, I help Christians heal from past relationship wounds, understand their relationship patterns, and prepare themselves emotionally for healthy marriages. If you want to learn more, click the link in the description and join the program, because the healthiest relationship often begins with healing begins.